You're what's the deal? Just Business Podcast. We back. Mills. Yes, Calvin, that is. Pin drops in the chat, pin drops in the comments. Let us know we here. I got the big homie right here.
You already know, ladies and gentlemen. It's your favorite fat friend, the big homie Tony D. Do me a favor, come on in one more time like last time. But I need y'all to change that energy because clearly one of you niggas put it at the camera last time. Because my last few weeks been a little bit off. So I'm gonna blame it on y'all. But y'all gonna give me some love this week and we gonna go ahead and we gonna move forward because it's the Just Business Podcast. We back at y'all.
And today we got a special guest here. We got
Let me-
podcaster, one of the funniest niggas I know,
Oh my goodness.
funniest comedians out of Compton,
True,
Hey,
that is.
Compton Watts.
Akela O'Neal.
What's the deal, everybody? How y'all doing? Hey, what's the deal? This funny fat friend thing is we gonna have to talk about that because every time you say it, it catches me off guard. I'm like, this nigga really gotta let us
Am
know
I
that
not
he the
funny?
funny fat.
Am I-
You definitely are one of
Nah,
the
for real.
as
Am I
a
not
stand-up
fat?
comedian, you definitely are one of the
man.
funniest dudes I know. Naturally though, naturally funny.
Hey, man.
Naturally funny. So
I do want to get into the comedy game at some point. You feel me?
we
But you know,
yeah.
look, man. I just try to be honest, man. But it's about you today, man.
Okay.
Like it's enough about me. It ain't.
All
It
right.
got nothing to do with me being funny or fat, man. It's about you, man.
I appreciate that.
Man, what's going on, G?
Oh man, so I just started my bachelor's program. So I'm 2 weeks in with my
Yeah,
bachelor's
another
program.
cheers
Yeah.
for that.
They say black men don't
So
ain't
I'm
educated.
gonna be honest. It took me 15 years to get to this point where I'm at right now. I look at it 15 years. My oldest son. Shout out to my oldest son, Jaden Roten. Today is his 15th birthday. He a
Wow.
Virgo, so I want to
Okay.
shout him out.
Happy
and if
birthday,
it,
G.
and then I got to do a few shout outs. So August 23rd, shout out to Kyra Roten. That's my oldest daughter. She a Virgo too. She turned 11. And then shout out to Kyrie Roten. He turns 13 September 2nd. So I got Virgos
Yeah.
coming through.
Yeah.
But I think the 15-year-old, it took me 15 years. I remember dropping out of school. I remember him getting sick. I remember just that whole right after high school, finding out that I was about to be a dad. And then 15 years later, here we are.
Man.
Like it was surreal. Like, man, 15 years it took you just to get to this point. But if I didn't have this last 15 years, I don't even think I'd be the man that I am today, man. So shout out to my son, man, my firstborn. He beat spinal meningitis. I'm gonna say that he beat spinal meningitis.
All glory to God.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was 18
Yeah.
years old when my first few months of parenting, my son was in the ICU. I'll never forget. I just found out about him right before graduation. Then he came, and then life was just. So, man, I love him to death. I hope he watching, man. I love him. Happy birthday. So,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
but yeah, and that's where I'm at. 15 years. I just started the bachelor's program, and yeah, man, I'm actually living my dream. I never thought I'd be saying something like that. Like, not just dreaming about it. Like, no, this is you in it right now, So that's where I'm
lit,
at.
bro. That's lit. Man, I'm so like I ain't gonna say overwhelmed to hear you say that, but I am. You feel me? Like it's really dope, bro. Like to hear a black man that's joyous about not only where they at in their life,
Mhm.
but it's spearheaded by the children that they have. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the life that they brought into this world. Because man, I swear, bro, like they act like we don't do it. You feel me? They act like we some kind of motherfucking unicorn or some shit when but it's like every man that I know, black men specifically, they doing they shit as best as they can.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I said, it really it does my heart well. You feel me to see you happy about where you at. You feel me? Because it get difficult. Like you said, you've been through things, bro.
Yeah.
You've overcome things, and we gonna get into that.
Mhm.
But to see you on the other side of it and say that you happy where you at right now is really it's fucking dope. You feel me?
Man, I
Like
appreciate that.
and
man.
we don't have enough of that shit. We don't celebrate enough of that shit. We kind of get uncomfortable. You feel me? Celebrating ourselves and shit. We tough out our shit. We don't never sit in none of our emotions, man. But like enjoy this time. You feel me? We
Thank
don't
you.
know when we gonna have it, and we don't know how long it's gonna be there.
Thank you, man.
You feel me? For real, for real, for real.
That mean a lot, Tony.
Yeah.
Shout out to my fat
All
friend.
love, G.
Yeah.
All-
We gotta
all
get some
love,
food
G,
after
for real,
this.
for real. Oh, God.
Sure, you for sure deserve your flowers right now.
Thank you, man.
Not later on. You for sure deserve it. And people do need to start recognizing that black men are the number one, according to the numbers. Black women are the number one active fathers right now. So we can stop repeating some of that old rhetoric. Because
Yeah.
at some point, yeah, it was a time where a lot of black dads was outside of the house.
Mhm, mhm,
That's not the case no more in 2024.
mhm.
Let's talk about right now. Right
Right.
now, dads is in their children's life, especially us as black men.
Yeah.
So we deserve our credit, and you deserve your flowers.
Yeah, man. I it's funny that you said because I've been a dad for 15 years and I ain't never really felt special on Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
That's
Like
right.
Crazy.
that's crazy,
That's
right?
wild.
The world shut down for Mother's Day. The world shut. You can't eat nowhere. But on Father's Day,
What's up?
man, you can have a party at 22. They sitting you down in 10 minutes, boy. They don't even matter.
Truth be told, G, I ain't even gonna hold you. I think that it goes a little bit back to what I was saying about the discomfort we have with celebrating the good times
Yeah.
sometimes.
Okay.
You're like, even me myself, it's like, what you want to do? And it's like, I will in my head, you know what I'm saying, be like, man, they better do something for me. They better do
Hmm.
something for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
All this shit. And then come Father's Day or come that time, they're like, yo, so what you want to do? I'm like, I
No
don't know.
planning, no
No plans.
nothing.
Nothing. You feel me? I'm chill. But I'm fine. Like, this is it. Like, this is Father's Day for me. Like, you feel me? Like, being able to just see y'all cool, not needing nothing.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I wish that we would be a little bit more unapologetic. You feel me? About the things that we want out of life too. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just like you said, it's a lot of black men in this world who don't have the opportunity to live in the space that you're in right now
Mhm.
because they don't even validate their dreams.
Yeah.
You feel me? They don't even try to go for it. It's a lot of funny cats. Myself being one who's maybe has always seen themselves on the stage, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But has never delved into that opportunity or to that possibility because it's just like, fuck it. I just need to get to this money.
Yeah.
You feel me? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I just I really want to figure out a way for us as black men to really push, you feel me, ourselves toward our dreams. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So like what exactly did you do? Like what was the moment for you where you was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. May it be comedy or may it be
Mhm.
education, whatever. This is what I want to do. This is who I believe I am, and these are the steps that I think I need to take.
So people ask me, like, I've been on my comedic journey for about 2 years, right?
Okay.
But like, I want to say that within the last 5 years, I was just having blow after blow after blow. So my grandmother passed away 5 years. Rest in peace, G Money. I love
Rest
you. I
in
miss
peace.
you. And she also is a
All right.
Virgo. Her birthday is damn. I got tearied up, man. That grief
Man.
coming waves. Grief be coming out of
Man.
nowhere. Her birthday is
Man.
September 6th. So shout out to her. But after her passing, and then going through the custody stuff that I was going through, and then I had got into a near fatal car accident the next month after her passing. I was just depressed, bro. I was just depressed. And then next thing you know, I started working and then COVID happened. So I never really dealt with anything, right? And I was talking to my therapist this morning and he was like, now you're in a space to where you get to learn how to take care of yourself because you've been taking care of others for so long.
Mm.
And that's crazy to say that as a father. What you mean I'm supposed to learn how to be selfish during this time? You get what I'm saying? Because this was the time that all that pain was for. When it come to pain, the best way to heal is to rest.
Right.
Let your body do what it needs to do. And sometimes you got to guide your body in such a way to where the pain that you feeling, even currently,
Right.
because you asked me earlier, with all these accolades, but right now I'm probably hurting most than I've ever hurt in my life.
Same.
I'm actually I learned how to feel pain in my emotions after the last 5 years and getting the help and getting the tools. We don't really get that, you get what I'm saying, early on. So now I'm feeling it, but I've learned in such a way to where you got to be able to push through. Like I'm my dreams, I promised my baby girl that I'm gonna sell out the crypto, I'm gonna sell out SoFi, I'm gonna sell out Dodger Stadium, I'm gonna sell out Forum. I'm gonna try to do it in all one weekend. We gonna figure it out. And she believed that with her heart and soul. She get in the car, even when her mom got an attitude and all that, and I'm dropping her off or whatever, we blasting the anthem. Daddy, put on the anthem when we sell out the. So it come with pain though. Like for example, I'm gonna keep it a buck. We here. I just shout out my 15-year-old. I ain't talked to him since April.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? So, and the text message he sent me was the first time he said, "Thank you, Pops." I sent him some money for his birthday, but I ain't really spoke to him since April. We had a big falling out. He 14, 15. He at that stage.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to learn because guess what? I had him as a teenager. So I can only imagine what you going through, son. And I'm just trying to put you in the best situation possible. But all of these things, this great feeling I feel coming around y'all, having the spontaneity to come and push the dream, because I'm hurting. I'm hurting right now. It's badly. Like I don't even want to act like I'm not. But that fuel, getting back into the gym. Shout out Coach Worm. Getting back in the gym. He just had a fitness class today. I'm gonna shout you out again. Shout out Coach Worm. Working out with him, training with him, learning how to push through that pain when you're doing the dips and the pull-ups. That's a mental thing too.
Yeah.
Calisthenics is a mental thing. You'll be defeated in your mind way before your body get defeated. So I just been taking that same principle, and it's like you, man, we live in a dream now. Like I'm
Exactly.
of course I want to be on stage way more, but I'm also an educator. So I'm in school. I'm gonna be this professor because that's my bread and butter. Of course I want to be able to just do comedy, go to school and take care of my kids. But no, I gotta scrub these toilets because my baby girl just had a $3,000 dental bill Friday. And she in a cast right now from hurting herself in gymnastics.
Right. Got it.
That's because I'm scrubbing toilets so she can have good insurance,
Right.
while also paying a gymnastics bill, while also taking care of a dental bill to scrub toilets and shit behind people.
Right.
So it's all these different facets to where I'm like learning. It's like, yo, the time is now, man, because all three of us know, we already know we done lost a lot of homies, man. We already know that. It ain't even something we got to explain. It's like, damn, that nigga, damn, that nigga, damn, that nigga. And it ain't just gang violence or gun violence.
Right.
Now niggas is getting sick.
Life is crazy.
Life is really insane. Car accidents, random stuff. So I just think I'm just using the pain that I'm feeling right now to fuel for the purpose.
Right.
I'm using my pain as fuel for the purpose.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you said that too. I feel like with a lot of dudes, you gonna go, it's 50-50. You either gonna fold or you gonna use that pain for fuel.
Mhm.
And it's really a superpower that you was able to take that pain to fuel you to get into the next level. And the fact that you talking to your kids about what you dreaming and trying to manifest, and they believe it, it's extra power behind that.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time.
Shout out to Mara. I love you, girl. That's my dog. She got her braces. $3,000. You slow down on the candy. I'm one of them dads. You slowing down now.
Facts.
For
I'm
real,
the
for real.
same
Like
way.
I was already telling her, I'm real strict now. Like, sweetheart,
Yeah.
we just dropped 3 bands for
That
these
nigga-
braces.
This shit affected my pocket.
Yeah, sweetheart.
Facts.
Mom gonna try to, oh, well, I'm gonna see if my insurance is gonna help. Yeah, all right. Let me swipe my card so we can get this out the way, boy. So,
Yeah.
yeah man.
Yeah, man.
You know, that's powerful. That's for sure powerful.
So as far as like the comedy game, like what was it like your first time on stage? Was it like all nerves, or was it like, I'm supposed to be here?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I have a Christian. I'm Christian by spiritual faith due to my mother. So I have a religious background. I've always been a natural born speaker. I'm an extrovert, so I'm always out there doing my thing. Having my Christian background, I was in front of people a lot, whether I was preaching, whether I was doing a eulogy, whether I was doing a wedding, or whether just teaching. Like, I learned a lot how to handle crowds by dealing with children's church, right? But also remember, I'm an educator first. So my first job out of high school, when I was going through my early college stages, I was working with preschool kids. And in that field, in education period, there's not a lot of black men, especially on the younger age. So I'm coming in as a full, strong black man. Even though I was young, you take control of the classroom because they're not used to having that energy in the room. Education is a huge female energy driven thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now I come in, we shut it down. Now we having discipline and structure. So I've had a background of being in front of people, but I will say, the natural charisma that you have and all those things, when you learn the comedy game, I'm learning that it's really a craft. And once I had to learn, like, no, this is my craft. You got to go learn it. So I had to go to the open mics consistently just to learn how to get reps in, my timing, my cadence. All those things matter. And I'm one of those dudes, when I love something, I'm Kobe-minded about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, when it come to, when I first was doing the preacher thing, I was Kobe-minded about it, but not trying to be a preacher. I want to know what information I can get to be able to help my people. You get what I'm saying? Now I'm in my Black Studies program. I'm doing all these things to be a professor. Give me all information. Same with comedy. Give me every information I got. So I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna go to the conferences. I'm gonna get on YouTube. I'm gonna go support people who might not even know who I am, just to see how it's ran. Cause it's like it's you a musician.
Right,
The
right.
more reps you get in, right? The more it, you can just play, but when the crowd going and everybody,
Everything.
you got to know how to be able to be in that.
It sounds different. Right?
Yeah, so that's the new thing, and I'm only 2 years in, man, and I keep it real humble because I'm still learning. Like I'm really from the city. I'm from Compton, Watts, the hub to the dub, born and raised East Side. So I love my community more so than I love the Hollywood, the whole.
Yeah.
I want to sell out the crypto, but best believe I'll report to class one day and teach. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a different thing for me. You get what I'm saying? I want to be able to bring awareness with my comedy. So I look at the Dave Chappelle. So my intellect keeps me at a different pace, but I'm also a real regular dude too. So I don't
Cool.
try to. I'm a street. What's up? What we
Right.
doing? Right? We can talk about it all, but if I'm gonna do it. I want you to think. Just like when I go start teaching these classrooms, my job is for you to think. I just use comedy to be able to help you laugh, be able to help you process your emotions. And it's a good feeling, man. I've always wanted people to feel good around me, man. I'm a giver. Like laugh, take a drink, hit the blunt. What you want? You get what I'm
Right.
saying? My grandmother raised me to be giving, and I don't really know how not to be giving. So it's like I just use my gifts and how God gave it to me, and it's like I'm figuring it out.
It's good vibes. Good energy, good vibes.
Hey, you said my key word, G. Grandmothers. You feel
Mm.
me? My grandmother was my everything. You feel me? Her
Yeah.
birthday just she would have made whatever. I'm not even gonna disclose
Okay.
her birthday because she wouldn't have. But August 3rd was her would have been her birthday.
Okay.
She passed in 2017,
Okay.
March 17th, 2017. Yeah, that shit fucked me up too. Like you feel
Yeah.
me? We were talking about death and all that other shit. I don't even want to get into that. I don't even know if I'm ready for it.
But
But as far as your grandmother, let's talk about her, you know what I'm saying? Her and you know what I'm saying?
man, G-Money is actually where I get a lot of my shit talking from.
Okay.
So people be thinking, I'm not, my granny talk shit. Straight up. I got text messages in my phone from her thread from 5 years ago. She was cussing me out the week she died.
I love
I swear to God.
What you do?
Stubborn Virgo. I just responded like, I gotta look, let me see what I said. I keep it in my threads, bro. I remember I finally switched to iPhone. I was praying to God that our conversations transferred over. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I actually just text her Thursday, and I told her that I missed her, and I told her I was having a hard time balancing in my head and everything in my head and heart, and I told her I want to give up, and I knew she wasn't gonna respond, but I just wanted to text it to her.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Just literally Thursday, 1:40 p.m. So
That's a good way to get it off, though.
yeah. So look, so
For
she
sure.
passed away uh on May 13th. That was Mother's Day, 2019, and so May 8th. So a little bit of May 8th. She's texting me, but I know how she's saying it. So she ended up having thyroid cancer, and it spread it to her throat and all that. And so they had to put a trach in her throat.
Oh, yeah,
So
fuck you, cancer.
yeah,
Let me-
there's always
look,
F cancer.
Fuck cancer.
Hey.
I'll say it for you. Fuck you, cancer, the long way. But
Hey.
carry on. I'm
Ain't
sorry.
ain't nobody immune to that thing.
Right.
Well, whatever they doing, whatever they activating, whatever's in the food, whatever, and I've seen it.
We gotta
Kids,
take care of
children,
ourselves.
all races, from USC Keck to UCLA, I didn't seen it.
That's
I was my
amazing.
grandmother's caretaker. I didn't seen it. So what she was saying, I knew she was talking shit because of what it was about. And then she was like, as usual, it's May 8th. Yeah, there's nothing that can treat me with. So I'll probably be home or on hospice care when they get it coordinating. These fucking people. I swear to God. and then I had text her. So iPhone, some messages from Android don't come over. So it's just her messages. And she put, don't know yet. Hopefully these dumbasses will have more info by then. And that was her last text message before she came home. She was only home for like 2 days before she passed.
Same.
She literally waited until my mom's an only child. She waited till my mom was there. All my kids just happened to spend the night. She came home. But she had told her she was tired Wednesday.
They be knowing, bro.
She be knowing.
Bro, they be
Yeah.
knowing, bro. Like I swear, my grandmother, Nellie Jewel, man, like I said, she had breast cancer.
Mhm.
But my uncle, Tommy Ford, had just passed from the Martin Lawrence show. That was her oldest son. Yeah, Tommy Ford from the Martin Lawrence show. That's my uncle.
Okay, so I know not to try to change it, but I know
Tommy?
this dude named Ken Davis.
Yeah, that's
You know Ken?
Ken. Man, R.I.P. Ken Davis.
Rest in peace, Ken.
Ken
Bro,
Ken
this is crazy.
Ken Davis. Look, Ken Davis.
Family reunion.
Like was so pivotal in my childhood. Like just seeing him.
So you know Simone.
Family. Look, bro.
I just did the funeral.
What?
I just mimed at Dia's funeral.
That's wild, G. It's so much. It's so much of Black Hollywood.
Whoa, that's
hold on.
insane.
It's so much of Black Hollywood that was connected due to Ken Davis.
Yeah, no, he was a real one.
And the work that he did. My uncle did South of Where We Live. That was one of his biggest plays. He took it all over the.
Yeah. I know.
country. Anyway,
I know Ken.
that's crazy.
Ken booked me to come mime to do one of his, I think it was his song, his wife's song for the anniversary. I drove all the way, they stayed far and it rained, and I learned the song and mimed in the kitchen. He had a house full of people. I danced in the kitchen. I just did. Me and Simone been knowing each other since we was kids.
Bro, we just became family.
That's insane. I want to text it right now like, hey, no.
That's crazy.
Hey,
Crazy.
Leave it up to Black people to always find their cousin somewhere.
Bro, somewhere. And I'm from the project, so I definitely agree with that. You find out, oh my God, my uncles is crazy.
Hey, if y'all do any kind of like theater or any of that, y'all need to look up Ken Davis.
Yeah.
Like Ken.
I do theater, so I got a play coming
and that's
up.
what I'm saying.
We're gonna talk. I got a play coming up. It's a month or two. It's called Seasons. Shout out Sam Seven Productions, Leon Anderson. I'm a part of that play. So
it's crazy how like, bro, that's how I know it's a higher power. Like we were connecting on talking about grief.
Mhm.
You feel me? I'm talking about my grandmother, that which reveals who my uncle is. My uncle and the connection who Ken Davis. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Like that's why I don't argue with people when it comes to whether or not there's a higher
Absolutely.
power. We're not smart enough to have connected all these dots.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Now, do I think that we are arguing about a name that's irrelevant?
Okay.
I think that's
Basically,
stupid.
yeah.
I think that if you look, I've been saying this for years. If you look at it, religion, RELIG, whatever, religion. I'm drunk. I've been drinking this tequila. But anyway,
We got
religion.
you. I got you, Tony.
If you look at fucking religion, anyway, you ain't gonna see God nowhere in it.
Mhm.
But ego is right in the middle. EGO is right in the middle.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And all it is everybody arguing about their experiences with the higher power, and they're saying, nah, you can't be right because when I saw him, he was like this. When I saw, you feel what I'm saying? You can't be right. And we are, even every book says that he's the great I am. He's I'm more than just this. So that's why I really don't argue with people about whether or not there is a higher power. But back to my grandmother and grief and that commonality. My grandmother basically was just like, you feel me? I'm through. I'm tapped out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Old school.
I lost my son. I lost my daughter, which was my biological mother, in 2008.
Okay.
I'm sick of this shit.
Mhm.
Like, you feel me? This my second go around with cancer. I think
My grandmother's too. Wild.
second go around with cancer. She was just like, you know what? I'm through. I'm not eating no more. I think she went on a hunger strike for like 20 days.
Look, nigga, I knew my grandmother was done. So besides her telling us she was tired of Wednesday, right? So she told us she was tired Wednesday. And I went to go see her.
Yeah.
I caught the train. It was raining. I didn't want to drive in Santa Monica traffic. I caught the train with my oldest daughter to go see her. Came back. She was asleep the whole time we was there. She told us she was tired. Thursday, we had the family meeting. Friday, nigga, we didn't install the ramp at the house. We didn't detox the room, repainted the room, did the whole 9 yards, man. She came home Saturday, and then Sunday was Mother's Day. And, I did my normal Mother's Day thing. We were all at the house. I fed my grandmother her last meal, right?
It's a blessing.
But, right. I didn't get to tell her nothing, but I fed her last meal. A stubborn, old school, Arkansas by way of Kansas City, Kansas, stubborn Virgo. This is how I knew it was over. When she was crying, when my sister, I guess she used the restroom on herself. At this point, the cancer is all through her body, so she ain't moving
Right.
for the most part. And so my sister had to take care of her, and she was crying. My sister told me she was crying about it, and literally we all went to sleep, and then she passed overnight. The next one we woke up, she was passed, and I was like, I wrote this joke. I was like, yeah, I knew she was ready. Because whenever somebody got to wipe your ass, shit's time to go. And I knew she that type. She was stubborn to the T, bro. Arthritis, still trying to do hole in her throat, tubes, oxygen, all that. I'ma still do it myself.
Right.
Old school Southern woman that took care of business. But I'm gonna say this: the only thing we had to do was pay the taxes on anything that she took care of.
Their business.
Bro,
Yeah.
took care to the business. The house
That's
is
what I'm
paid
talking
off in
about.
2008.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think that was because it's the Just Business podcast. You feel me?
Go ahead.
You feel me? But I think that's something that our not gonna just say our ancestors, but our elders,
Mhm.
a certain demographic of them had a greater grasp on, and that was having their business affairs in order.
Yes, sir.
As opposed, don't get it twisted, because I also am a product of some of the woes that
Yeah.
have, you know what I'm saying, that have troubled, you know what I'm saying, the black community.
Mhm.
But the vast majority of our people had a much greater understanding of things like life insurance, you know what I'm saying? Things like home ownership, you
Mhm.
feel me? All of those different things. Like, how do you, like, was any of that information, you know what I'm saying, imparted on you? Like you said, you guys didn't have to pay for shit because she took care of it. Was that something that she just did, or was that like a way of life for you guys?
So for
Financial
my
literacy.
that's actually a really good question. So I'll give it to you two ways. My grandmother took care of business, and I know she was old school, stubborn. She moved out here. She moved to the jungles, matter of fact.
Yeah.
She before she got her house, she was in the
I used to
jungles
live
from
over there
Kansas City.
too.
My uncles, her younger brothers, they still alive. They moved out here in high school. I just think so her first husband passed in like the 60s. She was a widower. So she was still in love with him, and then she met my mom's dad. I don't know what happened. I never really asked, didn't really give a damn. Never met him. So she always took care of business, bro. Like
Okay.
she was writing checks. She was a couponer. So we was at the grocery store. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's two sides to this coin. I'm attracted to women that know how to handle business. Like I need you to be on your shit. Cause that's how my granny and my mama like that. Be on your stuff. All that other stuff is emotions. You need to be on your stuff. But on the other side, I never seen her be loved by a man. I never seen men in the house, and I never seen intimacy. I've never seen my mom in love with flowers and all. I never seen a man love on my granny. I know she had some friend named one of her friends named Jabbo. What kind of name is Jabbo? What granny? What is this man coming over here
Okay.
talking about? That's her friend, nigga. Please.
All right.
So, but it just depends. But
I'm gonna ask a hard question.
okay, ask the hard question. Here we go.
I'm gonna ask a hard question.
Just Business Podcast.
I'm gonna sip this first.
Let me sip mine first.
feel me?
Just-
I was gonna say, let's
I'm gonna
take
ask a hard
shot.
question.
Let's take a shot for Granny.
Yeah, nah,
Hey,
for,
shout
for
out
all,
to all of them.
like for
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
grannies
yeah.
here, not
Rest
here.
in peace,
you
G
feel me?
Money. I
Rest
love
in
you.
peace, man. Nelly Jewel Pierce, man. I love you, mama. But hard question.
Here we go.
It's something I had to admit. Loving my mom as much as I did, and truth be told, some things my dad would never admit in public,
Mhm.
or maybe even never speak out loud. You said that you never saw your grandmother loved properly.
Mhm.
Are there any characteristics that you may have overlooked because the relationship that you had was different than romantic, that you definitely would have not dealt with? You feel me? I- or look for in a partner? You feel me? Because I know that, even personally speaking, my grandmother was a lady. You feel
Mhm.
me? She was all like she look demure.
Yeah. Oh, that's my granny.
Hold on. We want to talk about demure.
This guy.
Like, and I'm not even talking about like that, like for real. Like,
No, that's keep
she
it a
was
buck.
very, very much mindful, very much shy, very much like all of those things. And I'm not even talking like she was a lady.
Mhm.
She was classy.
Mhm.
Like, but if I was honest about their relationship, being a man, 36, being in relationship, having been in a relationship, there's some characteristics that I understand that my dad might have had to deal with. You feel me?
Mhm.
That he probably didn't enjoy.
So I definitely know because my grandmother would go below. When I say she talk shit,
She went low.
She'll say some crazy stuff, boy, and I never thought nothing of it as I got older, and I also realized like my grandmother's one of them old school generation, like all her friends single, divorced, widows. So it's that group of good women from
It
that was
always
born in the baby boomers who had something going on. Like for example, when my grandmother passed away, the funeral, right? The airport was shut down in Kansas City. My granny had like 20 people just flying in from Kansas City, Kansas, mostly her homegirls to fly in. They couldn't even fly into the funeral because the airport was shut down. So that that demure was kind of, she just, I'm gonna say this because I love her, but I also know it would take a strong man to come in and be able to handle and regulate that. And I see why she probably was single. That's and that's keeping it a buck because like I even think about my mom's biological father. We don't even I couldn't even tell you anything. And I'm like, he probably couldn't handle my granny. My granny probably was too, she was a widow. So widows are different. I give widows a different
You see,
I don't agree with it
hold on.
though.
You see, and I think that's my point.
Absolutely.
You see how much explaining we're doing, and I think I do the exact same thing with my grandmother. And I think that we do that with a lot of the women in our lives. And you feel what I'm saying? And I think that you feel like
That's real.
I think that if we look at the problems that we deal with as men, we even approach them the same way in our relationships. I think that a lot of it we see it happen, and like the brash answer to the question that we danced around is hell yes, a whole lot of shit about my grandma. Why I understand why she
crazy.
wasn't loved properly.
Okay.
That's essentially what we just said.
That's crazy.
It's like, now don't get it twisted. My grandfather, which was her second husband, my first grandfather wasn't shit.
Okay.
I watched them stick it out. But let her tell it. It'd be a fucking laundry list of shit that, you feel me, that was wrong with the relationship. And my dad, I'm sure in his mind, he'd be like, yeah, but he gonna speak so highly of her and all this. And I'm not saying that she wasn't all of those things, but I just think probably because I'm dealing with it, you know what I'm saying, in real time, that if we are a little bit more honest, even with the women that we aren't encountering,
Mhm.
that our experiences will be different on the back end. I think we make apologies for the women in our lives, even our grandmothers and our aunties and things like that. Where it's times where we know that it's like, I see, like, you, if it was another woman, you'd be like, I see why your ass is single. But you wouldn't dare say that about your grandmother. And I feel uncomfortable even saying that to you because I know you and I know the connection to that woman.
Yeah, yeah.
But I being a debater,
Yeah.
being the contrarian that I am, I'd be lying if I would, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't see that that's the reason why we see these things that way. I love my grandmother as much as anybody, but it's like, I would never date nobody like her.
Mm.
Not because she wasn't a great woman. It's just like, that for sure ain't my type, and she for sure gave my daddy a hard time sometimes, and just couldn't even be like, you know what, I got a good nigga.
I like that.
Oh, here we
While
go. Come on,
while
Carlton.
we
I know you
while we
about to
look
come with it.
while we on the topic of baby mamas, I did want to ask you too, because one of your BMs that hopped in the comments on one of the pages after the first
Oh my
episode.
gosh.
Ooh,
And I wanted a little bit more background on that. Which BM was that?
That was number 3.
That's
So
number
that was
3?
my
how many
youngest.
fucking BMs you got again?
Did you just try to embarrass me on the internet just now?
I'm sorry.
That's crazy, Tony. Like, whoa.
That
hold on.
was a
Hold on now.
genuine response. I'm sorry, G.
You messing up. I'm trying to get scouted out here, baby. No, I have what I've learned in class and what I've learned from Dr. Graves. Shout out Dr. Graves is I have
Graves,
3
okay.
mothers of my children.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I say baby
That's-
mamas when I'm talking crap and being
Yeah,
slick
of
at the
course.
mouth, but I
Yeah.
have 3 mothers of my
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
So that was
Okay.
number 3.
Okay.
That was number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So what after cause she asked for the episode like she was just like he was up there capping or something like that.
Uh-huh. What did I forgot what did I say? What did I say? Cuz I be forgetting.
That was that clip of you when you was talking about making the bottles like from scratch.
Oh, okay.
She
So
hopped
when
in the comments,
so I think she was possibly And I've had this question asked to me from different women mothers as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
what I meant was I didn't need. So she wasn't around when we talked. She wasn't even in the picture when I learned how to do all of
That
that,
was
right?
another
So
baby.
yeah, my grandmother, she showed me a lot early on when I had started having kids at 18. So outside of the nurturing that the mothers got to, that stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me, not even in my physical nature,
I was up.
I don't really need you. I like the help, like, cause sometimes I'm working, like, cause now I got 4 kids, and it's 4 children, 3 women, and one of
Mm.
me. 4 children, 3 women, one of me. And when I say one of me, I don't care who they husbands are, who they dudes that they like. I don't care about none of it. It's 3 women and 4 children and me.
Right.
So now it's a little bit. It yeah, yeah. And so now for me, it's a little different because she had my youngest child. So I had already had 3 kids. Shout out my 4th kid, who I still claim, Jeremiah Gibson. That's my other son. But I had already had kids when this is her first child. So I had a lot of hands-on experience for a long time before she came even to the picture. So in that message or that clip, I was just basically saying that I was taught early on how to make bottles, how to change diapers, how to put the clothes in, put them in a tub. My mother and my grandmother didn't play that. I'm not no lazy dad who just I will go to work and come home and still do my daddy
Yeah.
duties. You get what I'm saying? I remember one
No.
time my dad didn't even. I asked my daddy, can he put my oldest son in the bath, and he told me no, and I was mad, right? But then I had to realize that's my son.
Yeah.
Like, for example, right now, my 8-year-old, she's on crutches right now. She's at that stage where I'm not really part of the bath situation no more. That's kind of stopped within the last year, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. We there. My oldest daughter showed me the way. Here come my 8-year-old. But she's in a cast. So I got to pick her up and put her in a tub. I got to do all of that. I got to make sure, I got to lotion her down with oil and things like that because that's what I do. Did you really do that? That's my dog though too. So I'm in my feelings.
We got
Right?
buttons,
Cute.
nigga.
That's
Yeah,
my
we got
dog.
buttons.
I forgot all
Sound
about those
effects.
buttons. Remember
Yeah.
last time I was looking at it, I was like, do these things
Yeah.
work? Yeah. So I think she wanted to know the context of maybe why I feel like I don't possibly need them for everything. I'm a very hands-on dad, man. Like I enjoy when I can. Like I wish I can take my kids to school.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to take my kids to school in 5 years. Every now and I have an off day. I enjoy getting up. Let's get it together. Let's get your day. I want to do that. Like that's a goal of mine.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's
No,
like
I
it's not
completely
a like you
understand
see. Y'all
that,
see what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like I want to be a part. If Kobe could take his kids to school and fly and do whatever he needed to do, fly and come back and pick his kids up from school,
Yeah.
there is no excuses for me.
Yeah, R.I.P.
It's-
Kobe.
Yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace to the bean. So it's like I want that and I enjoy that. And so I'm working hard now to get to that. Something simple is like that because I want to be a father. Like they mine. What is we talking about here?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get what I'm
no,
saying?
I like that. I like that you said that a lot too about dropping the kids off and picking them up from school.
Yeah.
If you're a single dad, that's where you want to be. That pickup and that drop off. That's where all the cute moms is gonna be at.
Oh
I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger.
my God. Okay, so I will say this.
Read the fine print.
I'm gonna shout out
Whole
fellas,
ass minute.
black men. If y'all trying to get some good women, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is where you find them. You don't find them in the club. The club is crazy. If you still thinking you finding a chick at a function, you might need to
We in our
rethink.
30s. Nah.
No, that's
You
insane.
gonna find them group thoughts.
Baby showers, kids graduations, kids birthday parties. You might have to slide to little Chuck E. Cheese. If you have some, hey dog, I'm on my baby. Yeah, I'm to the football games.
Football games.
Church. I'm gonna say church. People be like, oh no. Church. And every now and then you might pop one in Starbucks or Chick-fil-A, you might slide in.
Choir
But
rehearsals.
That's
the
funny.
choir,
They still
choir
be
rehearsals.
they still be in a grocery store for sure.
You know what
They
do?
still
It
be in the
depends on
grocery
what
store.
grocery store you're going to though.
Go
Too.
to the nice ones.
Like if you talking
Go.
about Trader Joe's, Sprouts.
This nigga be
They
at
don't even-
Gelson.
I'm like, dude, you got
You don't
this
even gotta be
mapped
that
out.
fancy. Go to Albertsons. They be in Albertsons.
You know they say
You-
I'm not getting no brought out of food for less though. That's out.
Why not? I know some good women that come out of food for less. What you talking about?
Yeah, no, that's out. I'm bougie. I'm not getting no.
Okay, everybody has their standards, you
Yeah,
know. So what is
that's
it? Is
all.
Albertsons? It food for less is really white. Some food for less in some white neighborhoods. You know that, right? It's really nice food for lesses.
You're more likely to have a food for less, especially because we seen the studies on that shit too about how all the cheap grocery stores and the cheap food is in the hood.
Okay.
So yeah, you will see a food for less in the white neighborhoods, but you more than likely gonna see a Trader Joe's or something with a higher quality of
So
food.
you telling me right now you're not getting a chick that come out of Food for
I'm
Less?
not getting a chick out of food for less. I used to work in food for less. I didn't got enough.
Okay,
That was my
okay, so you
first. That was my
scarred.
first.
This
I'm
is a
not.
trigger. You might need to go to therapy to work on that.
You feel
I'm not.
me?
I'm
Like,
not
you might need to go
scarred.
to
Nigga,
therapy
just
to
say
work
no
on
I
that.
know
more.
what kind of. I
I'm
know
not
what kind
getting a
of
chick
chicks.
out of Food for Less
It's
no
insane
more.
right now.
No
right?
I know
more.
what
Because
kind
it's
of
a
chicks
nice
come out of
Food for
Food
Less
for
over there where
Less.
Bigsby knows. You know, over there where the white folks be at. It's a real nice Food for Less on the
Still be
hill.
rats
I'm
in
not
there.
on the
You
prowl.
said it still be rats
It
in
still
there?
be rats in there.
You might need to get therapy. My
Figuratively
therapist
and for
has
real.
some slots open. You might need to talk about that. That's the trigger. So what?
Yeah.
So what? You come in the house and you see the Food for Less bags that she using the trash cans or whatever. You automatic like red flag.
You know that's out. We out here. It's the last time I'm coming. Now,
Wow.
now I'm here. I gotta finish the job.
Oh my
I
God.
ain't leaving here.
Not
empty-handed.
finish the job.
I gotta leave here with
Finish
something.
it's just business.
Is it just business? Just business, not podcast,
I'm
but
leaving
pot
here with-
ass.
I'm leaving here with something.
Oh my goodness.
I just may not come back if I see the food.
You're insane.
For less bad.
You definitely need.
Hold on. On that note, should we be finishing the live? Y'all got to tune in.
Oh,
and watch
I
it.
forgot all about the
Yeah.
live.
Y'all watching us on live. And
Pin
all
drops
that.
in the chat. Pin drops in the comments. Let us know.
Follow
y'all
your
here.
boy.
Y'all thought y'all was about to get the whole episode. Not today.
Yeah, I
Tune
definitely
in.
forgot about that. Bye, y'all. See y'all.
I got a few crazy questions for you.
Okay, come on, let's do it.
For sure. We're gonna talk about these baby mamas.
Oh, here we go.
I do want to know too though. Why? What was the fallout with son? Like why?
Are we still filming?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, so just to keep it out of respect for him, he's going through his 15-year-old phase.
Mhm.
And I'm okay with that. I understand that. I'm the dude that's gonna have your back.
Yeah.
He might not see that right now, but I love you. Like, I love you. Like, no, by all means, I love you. And I want the best for you. And I push you to greatness. Excellence is a standard. I don't care what you're talking about. All the stuff that you see on the gram and music and all, F all that. I'm going to tell you what it is and what it ain't.
Yeah.
And so he's going through his dynamics, and I give him so much grace and myself grace because I had him at 18 years old. So he literally grew up with me as a child. Him and his brother, they saw I was a kid with kids. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the fallout was he had pushed me to the limit, and he had been doing stuff for like 2 months. And he just went totally left, and it just was a buildup of a whole bunch of things. And then I lashed out. And now he's like Tony's size. Tony's height, a little slimmer than Tony. But my son is a very large kid. So, you know,
So you feel
when
like
you
you
step
can
to me
take-
like a man,
Yeah.
I respond like a man. You get what I'm saying? And I think I've told him, like, Jaden, I do carry myself a different way. But that's because your grandmother and your great grandmother, they put the love of God in me. I'm myself everywhere.
Yeah.
But don't ever get it twisted. When you step like that outside of my house, it's gonna respond like that, and you gotta be prepared.
Yeah. You
They
got
live
to.
in this fake world. I'm not with the fake world stuff. I already had to pick you up from parties that got shot up. You call me in the middle of the night. I'm coming to get you.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it is like Quincy, rest in peace, Quincy Reese. He got killed at the hall on Western. I remember partying in that same hall when I was 16, 15.
Yeah.
And now his dad is on the internet, on news, literally telling us about his son passing away and literally saying that it was over a girl. And I got a kid. My background in ministry, I bury children. I have obituaries all around my house, in my car, everywhere from children. They call me when they don't want the normal, I guess, preacher or normal pastor to come. And like, I'm coming speaking the real. I don't care about none of that stuff matters.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And so I have a certain love for him, and I'm still learning how to love him. This is my first child. This is my first time having a teenager. Yes, I'm in school to want to teach teenage, middle school, and all that. That's cool, but this is my kid. So I'm like getting a crash course on what to do. And testosterone, and people act like it don't happen. Testosterone went against another testosterone. We got a wild dragon, and we got a seasoned dragon, and y'all know what happened.
Yeah.
And it wasn't supported the way I thought it should have been supported. And I even had to reflect and say, maybe I should have handled it differently.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
But the disrespect got to be called out.
Always.
And because if that's not called out, if I've been the one taking care and doing all, I got your back. When the party got shot up, I'm a real one. I wasn't even mad that the party got shot up.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad that the party got shut up because you need to know what that's about.
Right.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm worried
People say,
about it.
"Oh,
Yeah.
where was that? The party was right behind the sheriff's station, so it really didn't
It
matter."
didn't matter, yeah.
I was upset that when I
Parties get
get
shot
there,
up.
the DJ knows me, and the police is telling me that you one of the ones that's trying to be
Rah.
rah or tough, even if they probably had you mistaken. Like, bruh, do you know how dangerous? It's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I
Yeah.
just left the comedy show. I'm trusting you to be a middle schooler. You getting ready to go? I love
Can't
you.
imagine, bro. Like
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
so,
wild.
and I'm gonna throw that to
dangerous.
mental health. Those 4 children and 3 women, I don't think they ever know how I feel. I swear to God on my grandmother's
They
soul.
not gonna know how you feel.
And this is what I'm saying.
Just a dad. You're a dad. From a dad's perspective, they're not gonna understand that. They're only gonna understand being a parent from a mom's perspective.
How do you deal with that, G? Like, because
Bro.
that's so many of our stories, and I don't believe that many of us handle it. And you're a man that comes off as someone who has their shit together. You take care of your business, all of that. You cool, calm, collected, all of those things. How do you deal with being unheard, misunderstood? You know what I'm saying? Not being validated, all of those different things. How do
Yeah,
how
the
how do
healthy
you
way.
how do you survive those moments? Because like I said, there's so many times that, like I said, I feel like I'm arguing things that I didn't say,
Mhm.
or I'm arguing a persona that I don't feel I gave off.
So I had therapy this morning.
Okay.
I talked to my therapist, and he was bringing out the last 15 years, and we were talking about it and discussing it. And I didn't do a good job of managing none of this. I'm just now learning how to working out. Shout out Coach Worm again is a very good thing for me.
Very
Being
good.
back in school.
Very good for men.
You see what I'm
Sure,
saying?
yeah.
Like, no, for real, working out is really a game changer. Like, if you ain't in the gym 3, 4 times a week, something's wrong with you. You need to figure it out, or just doing some type of exercise. Anyways,
Got to.
I have to learn how to constantly forgive, bro. And as a Black Studies major, my base foundation of theology ain't changed. My mama gave me Jesus. Now I can unpack that historically, and we can go down the rabbit hole. But
Mhm.
there's a difference between Christianity and the gospel.
Right.
There's a difference between Christianity and the gospel. We all know what the gospel is. We all know that thing is powerful. We all know, boom. I like that. That was cool. We all know that ain't nothing like the gospel. Whether you preaching it, singing it, it'll change the whole atmosphere. My mom gave me that. Everything else is byproduct of religion, understanding, and study. So I say that to say I had to learn how to forgive everybody else before I even learned how to forgive myself.
Mhm.
Like, and that was hard for me because I was always just responding to things happening to me. Like, I'm not saying that I was perfect. By
Right,
all
absolutely.
means, I was a young man. I done did some
Understood.
stuff, but when it come to my family, the children, I've always tried to be better than what I've experienced. So I will work 2 jobs. I want y'all to be a part of extracurriculars. I don't want this drama. I'm not no deadbeat. Why do I feel like I'm treated like a deadbeat? Why do I have to go through all these things, from welfare to child support to all these different things to custody? Why do I have to go through all these things? So I had to learn how to forgive people that I have to deal with for the rest of my life early on. And my version may not ever get heard.
Mhm.
So my job is to make sure that I go to school, get educated, show my children first. And then I'm gonna make sure that other Black men and women don't have to go through what I've been through. It's
Be an
too
example.
much, bro. Like, and so if you're not trying to do that, and I just do it by becoming an educator in stand-up comedy.
Mhm.
Like, I got a lot of different facets about myself, but I'm literally, it's a day to day, bro. It's really a day to day, man. And I never really start to reflect on it. But at 15 years with Jaden, he's 15 now. It's like I remember the first day he was born.
Bro, I
Yeah.
The
like
first day.
I got this
Like
picture.
yesterday.
I got
Yeah.
this picture, bro, from when my son was born. I was at Memorial Hospital. You feel
Long
me?
Beach.
Long Beach. He was born December 8th, so this had to be in the wee hours of December 8th. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like the wee hours. And bro, it's like I remember taking a picture, getting ready to get on to the elevator,
Mhm.
and the elevator opened, door closed and opened and closed and all that shit. And I was just like, I don't even care. Like, I'll catch the next one. Like, I'm instantly back in that exact moment every time I look at that picture. I have a T-shirt that I wore for both of my children's birth.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's a cutoff shirt and all that shit, but I made sure I wore it for both of them because I have their footprints. I made sure that the nurses put their footprints
Okay.
on there for
That's
both
dope.
of them. You feel me?
Yeah.
And
Memories.
bro, you feel me? It's just this
Nostalgia.
nigga don't say too much about his personal life, but it's like we all got these moments that we cherish, these emotions that people say we don't have.
Mhm.
You feel me? These things that are so important to us. You feel me?
Yeah.
That people say that we don't even care about. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, what advice could you give to a young man? You feel me? You've been navigating this process for a while. You
Mhm.
feel me? You haven't perfected it.
No, by
You
all
feel
means.
me? But what advice could you give to a young man that may be in the beginning processes or whatever at whatever stage that you know what I'm saying, that feel like they're the only ones experiencing what you experiencing? What would you say?
Ah, man, the
Like that.
first thing I would tell you, this is really straight up 100. Protect yourself.
Mm.
So, and people might not agree with this, but I'm gonna say it 100. If that ain't your wife, you need all joint legal and physical as soon as the baby get here. Figure it out. We don't. I don't even. We don't need none of that emotional stuff because I've dealt with emotions. I've trusted that we ain't never got to. I ain't never went down to try to. Never. I ain't never even thought about it. So I would tell any young man, "Oh, that's my girl. Yeah, I think she. Yeah, that's cool. You need to go get joint legal and physical custody and make sure y'all have an understanding. Whether you get a notary,
Yeah.
get it together. That'll protect you from the welfare and all of that stuff. It needs to be a team effort on whatever, however y'all move for the best interest of the child, right?
I like
Outside of that,
yeah.
second thing, I had said it on the last time we were here. Don't be with her just for the baby.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I say it again.
That's
Don't be with
important.
her just for the baby. I wouldn't recommend that for no, because you don't even know who you are. And it sound cool. Oh, we fell in love at 18, 19, and 20. Those are rare circumstances. But if you really know in your heart that you don't really know this woman,
Mhm.
that y'all was just hanging out doing wham bam, thank you, ma'am, you gotta really see people in seasons.
Yeah.
Thing. Outside of those technical things that I think, you gotta fight. That's the only way this is gonna work. You
I
gotta
like
fight.
that. Yeah.
And if you got a small baby, this is the time to get the work done. Because
Early.
we think our concept has changed because we look at everything from a Western perspective.
Right.
We gotta switch the concept.
Yeah.
The baby's small, and the baby needs mommy way more than it needs you right now. That's a fact. We can also all agree with that. Them
Definitely.
first 5, 6,
Definitely.
you don't even really want to. I mean, the baby there is cool and all, but it definitely needs nurturing
Yeah,
and
for
on a
sure.
motherly thing. Not saying don't pick. No, I'm not saying don't go pick up your baby. No, I ain't saying none of that crazy stuff. But you gonna be all right.
No,
Your
facts.
job is to go establish. I'm on the not late end, but I'm just right to where my sons, specifically my sons, and my daughters too, can see me at a space where, oh no, dad chasing his dreams. Dad doing this, dad doing that, dad gonna
Yeah.
figure it out while still taking care of y'all.
That's
You
powerful.
see what I'm saying? So for a younger man, I would say use this time that you got to put your. I tell any young man, you don't need a baby, you don't need a woman in your 20s. That's crazy. You don't even know who you are. If you feel like you've done, 25, 26, okay, cool. But if you ain't got nothing, you ain't even really live. And I'm not saying this is a money thing. This is more so of
Experience.
experience. You trying to shut you.
Development.
Now, a baby can slow you down. That's why I'm saying if
Most
you're not
definitely.
really feeling this woman outside of the baby, if she don't make you feel good outside of the baby, you don't need to be with her.
Yeah.
Because then the church has done a bad job at that. Our families have forced us to get married, teenagers to get married, and then we look up and now these people are unhappy and miserable, and then we got all these residue of toxic overt toxic relationships, because toxicity ain't just loud. Sometimes it's soft and subtle, like if the gas was leaking in your house.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? It ain't always a
that's
boom.
good.
Sometimes you can be sleeping, be taken out. You don't even know that it's there. You can't even. The smell is the only thing you know.
Man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's real toxicity. You don't know how long it's been lingering. And so I think those are the conversations we need to have, and just have real honest conversations, because we got to be able to tackle teenage. I wish I had a me when I was young. I wish I had somebody young. Now I know older cats be trying to talk, and your mom and all them, but I wish I had a young dude who was like, hey man, you tripping right now. You need to do this, 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 and this is how you do this. And like show me the way
Yeah.
by showing me his life. So, and I think the young man that I've encountered over the years only can give you my life. Whether it's for a moment or a season, whether we read in the Bible, whether we reading some Black history stuff, whether you need me to pray, I get the baby, oh man, my baby mama tripping calls. I get all that. I get still to this day, I get the grief calls. My partner, his grandmother is she's transitioning right now, and he called me a couple days ago. He a comedian. He called me
Yeah.
like, man, I just wanna. You see what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? I didn't even really feel grief until my grandmother passed away. But guess what? All the homies and the cousins and all that. And then when my granny died, here's real grief. And I would just tell him, fight, man, but get your stuff in order. Get your shit in order. You tripping if you not. Like, I'm looking at you different if you not using the time that you have. You got the time.
Yeah.
The baby young. Oh, what, bro, go get a job. Go stack your bread. Go get an education. But that's why I said protect yourself while you're doing that, so you won't have to suffer the way I had to suffer. You know, and it's all forgiveness across the board with the 4 kids and the three mothers of my children, because it was, if I didn't go through none of that, I wouldn't be able to give this to the next generation. And that's okay with me. You can put me in front of the Father and say, hey, it hurt and it was hurting, but I know for a fact not only my children, but other children in the generation after, can see my life. But I owe it to you, God. Like, it's you, man. Like, I didn't think I was gonna start doing stand-up.
Right.
I've been in comedy and acting for a long time. But guess who? The man who told me to get into stand-up also passed away the year I started. Shout out to Josh Sam 7 Productions.
Yeah.
The man who said, man, you need to get passed away. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where in the Bible it talks about dying to yourself. But we've been taught that dying is a bad thing. When you start getting into the research I'm getting, we don't fear death. We embrace death. That's a part of the cycle. That's a part of the next level. This is why they couldn't beat us in the Haitian Revolution. They couldn't beat us because these group of people wasn't afraid to die for what they believed in. They wasn't afraid to die for their family, for their children. We got to get back to that. And I feel like that's my life in a nutshell of where I'm willing. I got it right here. It's the recent tattoo I got, and I put it this way so I can say it to myself every morning. I got the red, black, and green, and I got the black fist, and it's by Dr. Huey P. Newton. And it says, the first lesson that a revolutionary must learn that he is a doomed man. Unless he understands this, he does not grasp the essential meaning of his life. And I can live with that. And if I got to go through all this baby mama drama, child support drama, being a black man drama, all this drama for the next generation, I'm okay with that, man, because I get to meet men like you.
Yeah.
I get to be blessed by men like you, hearing your stories. I don't stand up to do stand up for me. I do it for the culture.
Yeah.
I do it for the culture. I'm not in school for myself. I scrub my toilets for my kids. I scrub the toilets for my children. But I do stand up and I speak and I do my gifts for the culture because God gave me that. And that's what it's going to be.
Basically, you suffering so that your kids don't have to later on. I like that.
That's how it's supposed to be, man.
Before we get up out of here, we're going to pay a few bills. I do got one more question for you.
Okay.
I ask you. Who would you say is your favorite BM?
Favorite BM is really wild to
we
say.
can ask
that.
anything.
Who the
That
favorite?
is insane.
Hold
to
on,
ask
because
you that.
you
he
did
asked
ask.
that. He asked that because I've been smiling at you for like the last 5 minutes.
Y'all about to get me.
Because
My text message is going to go.
yeah, fuck all
crazy.
that. Because you said we can ask you anything.
I want to know.
And I know you niggas gonna get me.
Who the favorite?
Okay.
Because my question right to backdoor that is in the pursuit of love
Mhm.
and being where you at is there anything that you think that you can go back and fix with the ego removed? So favorite BM and
Okay. So favorite BM is crazy. Is an insane question, right? No, for sure, because they all then pissed me off to the top.
Oh, trust me, I know that's what BMs do.
So I wouldn't
It's
say I
in the
had
fine
a
print.
I wouldn't. I would say this. So my first two, we were young, and my second one, we got married. Everything was quick.
Okay.
My youngest child, I ain't gonna say her name. She was the longest relationship that I've ever had, and she was the relationship that I had. So I would say she gives me the hardest time because we were actually in a relationship, doing all of that. The other two, even though I was married and I was right out of high school, they just get on my nerves, and it's the back and forth.
right.
Yeah.
With Melissa, it's a little bit of Amar is my baby, and I'm also Amar is my fourth child and her first.
Okay.
Y'all see what I'm saying? So I be having a lot of like
It's more of a fresh select.
like you getting on my nerves right now, right? But she also has a good understanding of the dynamics of wanting what's best for Amara when she wants it, because they get in their feelings, and that goes. To answer your question,
Tiger mom.
yeah. To answer your question, I definitely put getting to know the woman, like really getting to know you, because I feel like in the pursuit of love, and it was crazy. I can say this real quick. I had a homework assignment for therapy, and I had to be able to discuss which love language was my primary one, right? So my primary
That's
one
good,
is
yeah.
words of affirmation. Where does that come from?
Okay.
My grandmother and my mother never really gave me words of affirmation coming up as a kid. I never received a lot of praises or doing a good job. I never received all of that, right? Outside of the tragedy that happened to me during some of my childhood that messed up my understanding of love and emotions, I sought validation from women. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So
Right,
because I never
yeah.
really heard it, like I didn't know that I was handsome and cute, or I could dance. I didn't know. I still don't believe it, right? And so,
I've always
oh my God, you get on my
that I was
nerves,
handsome
Tony.
and cute.
Can I finish?
And
The
I can
big
dance.
homie.
Okay.
Like for years I've been watching this nigga Chris Brown take my dance moves.
You talking about the greatest dancer pretty much of all time, Tony.
That's kind of what the fuck I'm saying.
Anyways,
Oh,
let me
so,
take.
Back
so
to you.
So you admit that he's a better performer than Michael Jackson.
Oh no,
Definitely.
Michael.
You said greatest of all time.
I said dancer.
yeah,
Michael
that's
is the
performer.
greatest No. Dancing and entertaining is completely two different things.
Well,
Yeah.
I said performing.
No, performing is Michael. And nobody.
you
Nobody.
can't touch
Michael
Mike
was
Jackson.
doing
Okay,
that
but
stuff
you-
without social media.
When you say
As far-
performing, that's singing and dancing.
That's everything.
But
That's everything.
Chris Brown is definitely the most total package.
Yes.
Pause.
The only thing with I think with Chris
so
is
what does MJ do better then?
what does MJ do better? His music is timeless.
Okay, yeah, I'll for sure give you that because
There-
Chris Brown has not had. He has yet to have a classic
Nobody
album.
that you know is topping Michael Jackson,
But
dog.
that's also because Chris Brown's like oversaturated. He has so much music that he's put out.
Yeah.
He's put so
Now
much
he's
out.
oversaturated.
If you drop like 20,
Yeah, and I can't
albums,
name.
much,
I don't
too
even
much.
name, and I love him to death. But I don't be knowing.
much.
I play his first 3 albums and be straight. I'd be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But to say that, to go back and I know we got to end. Seeking that validation from women, getting that praise, that also affected. I had put it might understand my relationship trajectories because I didn't know that, and also some of my promiscuity, having women. People have this negative connotation that men just be wanting that. And like, no, sometimes it be other insecurities or subconscious things that's happening in me that I don't even know that I'm looking for this. So getting praise, because I never really received praise from my mother or my grandma, the women who love me, the women who gonna ride or die for me. I can't remember my kids' moms or even really relationships really pouring into me at all. Like, I got you. I'm talking about what outside of your emotions. So when you get in the emotions, now you just, I ain't shit. But I'm talking about consistently, or just letting me know that I was going to be okay, or I was a good dad. Like I said, to this day, I'm 15 years in. When Father's Day come around, I just be like, oh.
Yeah, we don't even be getting all them stands that be out.
Bro, I
We
drive,
don't
it's
even-
empty.
Yeah, we don't even be getting all that.
And when you in May, you damn near got to fight traffic.
Yeah.
In June, you can't find a flower,
That's
a petal. The last petal that fell on Beauty and the Beast and it dropped, that's the petal. You don't even find that petal, dog.
Yeah, facts. Even in the
Hey.
stores, don't be shit.
Nothing.
They be on to the next holiday.
Nothing. What's after Father's Day? 4th of July.
Yeah, they
Soon
all the
as
4th
Mother's
of
Day
July
come on, they
shit
got
be
fireworks. So I'm like,
yeah.
oh, skip us.
It's funny you mentioned Beauty and the Beast, 'cause I saw it's like this post on TikTok, and it was breaking down the female psychology, like on how they pick men.
You are just such a.
I'm sorry, the way
No, I love it though. It's
the way
just
he
like
said
Tony.
it, the way he said the Beauty and the Beast. It was just saying, like, I believe her name was Belle, correct?
Mhm.
Belle had to pick from a bunch of idiots. Gaston, who's a fucking narcissist, who, you know what I'm saying, he's giving her everything she wants or that she would be looking for, but it's for the wrong reason.
Mhm.
Mm.
And then a fucking beast who was fine by himself. Like he didn't want to be bothered. He was in his castle.
Mm.
He was living his life. He knew he was a beast. All of that shit. And because she was looking for her father, she had a purpose, whatever it was.
Looking for her who?
Her father.
Ooh. That's tough.
Woo!
That's tough, Tony.
She was looking
Yeah.
for her father.
Hey, Will,
Because she was looking for her father.
They don't know that.
She goes
They don't be
ahead
knowing
and
That's tough right there.
Yeah.
she trespasses onto his property, and
His domain.
then he falls in love with her and starts pursuing her after she makes her way in his life and starts cleaning up and changing things and making, you know what I'm saying, making herself comfortable. And then
He also saw that what she loved. Shout out to the Beast.
That's
Gave her a
what
whole
she loved.
library.
but then from there, look,
A lot of them
never
need to
lie.
watch that, yeah.
But look, after that, it was like, yo, you're too harsh for me. You're too this for me. I need you to change this. Like, there's things about you that scare me because you're a beast. I need you to not be a beast. I need you to cherish me. I need you to all of these different things that a lot of us face now. And I don't know. It's like,
Can I
go please
oh,
do.
and I know we got to go. So saying that, she never took the time to find out why.
She didn't read the fine print.
She never found out
The whole
why.
time she was just looking for a daddy and fucked around.
She
and fell
never
in love.
asked him, why were you a beast? Why is this like this? She never even asked him what was wrong. Why are you so angry and why are you so by yourself in the first place? That's up. And here's the kicker. Her dad gets in trouble again and he says, I'd rather die in my circumstance and let you go. The petals is falling. The petals, y'all seen the damn movie. Be my guest. I've seen it a bazillion times. He'd rather stay a beast because everybody thinks she's the one, but he loved her so much that he was like, go and I'ma die. I'd rather die
before I ruin
before you are unhappy. That's the Just Business podcast. Man.
Hey, man.
Who knew Disney was so deep?
Disney, the Renaissance Disney is actually insane if you watch it, bro.
It's wild. It's wild. Like I said, partially because I'm going through it, and I'm not gonna ever say I'm perfect. I'm very much a beast. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know how to receive that, Tony.
Don't receive it because it ain't for you, nigga.
Disgusting.
Please don't receive it. It ain't for you.
My mind is.
But like I said,
Diddy.
I definitely have that. You know what I'm saying, that I was doing my own thing.
Mhm.
I never thought I would be married. I never thought I'd have kids. None of that shit. I guess I'm saying, how the fuck did you go about your therapy journey?
Okay,
I know you were going to say give the answer.
I'm gonna make it quick.
How did you go about it?
So I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I would just happen to be in the right place at the right time. So one of my friends was part of a nonprofit organization that had a school in Watts at a church, but it was a school. So I went and visit. The man who was my therapist, he was speaking on the panel. He literally stood up, spoke his message, and all I said his part. And something in me, Holy Spirit, God, the ancestors was like, that's supposed to be your therapist. So I walked up to him. I told him what I told him. We had 2 in-person sessions. And then the next, COVID happened. I just never stopped going. I was going twice a month. But then when COVID was happening, I damn near was going every week, bro. Zooming. I'm talking about through all, and that's the thing. When you healing from past trauma, you still going through current trauma too. So I'm trying to learn how to heal from the past while also learning how to endure the present. And I just kept going, and it just became a habit, and I just learned all these new things. Like I tell anybody, your first couple years in therapy, you just getting it all out. Don't even act like you think you know what you're talking about, because you don't.
Trauma dumping.
You just getting it out. And he
Mhm.
just listening, tapping in, listening, tapping in. After about 3-4 years, when we got all of it out. Mind you, I'm still going through current stuff too. So all of that pushes your realization back. You learn the tools. The tools and learning how to apply the tools is the hardest part of your mental health journey, because your body and your flesh want to do what it wants to do. And to apply those tools in mid time it takes practice, it takes work, and it's uncomfortable. It's a skill. I look at it like a CIA agent and all that, or Army Swiss knife. What do you have that can take care of you right here and there? And it can be how you respond to your kids, your
Yeah.
girls, being a black man dealing with racism. Anything can set us off because we haven't been taught, or we haven't done a good job of learning with self care. But I feel like if you apply self care in that, it makes the it makes the situation smoother. So my best advice: get a black therapist, straight up, and just make sure you go. And if you're not really feeling that therapist, I've learned that it's a feel thing too. You gotta understand, your therapist is like your barber.
Right.
Mhm.
You got a therapist already, your barber.
Same thing.
That's straight up. Shout out to my barbers,
Shout out
Coach
to-
Worm
shout out
and
to-
Tony Bell. Those my barbers. So those are our midway therapists, but you definitely need a professional trained person who's seen and read different circumstances, and it can tell you about fight or flight and have the information to make what you've gone through make sense. Because it ain't just because. If I didn't go to therapy, I probably would have never started to learn how to properly forgive myself.
Mm.
Now it's become a habit to learn how to forgive myself, because I'm what, Tony? I'm human.
Right.
Mhm.
Human.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I like that. So before you get up out of here, I do want to tell y'all about our sponsors. You guys know about Mills Enterprise, but we got some things coming up too. Some really exciting things. We're actually partnering up with a young lady out in Vegas. We're going to be sponsoring a content creator, so be looking out for that. We have a
okay.
contest coming out. We're gonna have a content creator with. We're looking for somebody with a large following that kind of matches our target audience to either. But they're gonna do both. The young
Okay.
lady that we're partnering with, she sells clothes. She has a clothing booth down at the swap meet down there. We're gonna do some content with her. We're gonna be actually paying to. It's gonna be a paid sponsorship for a content creator. So be looking out for that with Mills Enterprise. You guys know Mills Enterprise, your friendly neighborhood
Oh my goodness.
vending
Can I get
machine
one in my house,
supplier.
nigga?
You
What can I put? I can put anything in it.
you can put anything in there. Like the young lady that we're
location,
partnering with,
yeah.
she has her vending machine. She has her clothing in there. She has a clothing brand that she puts her clothing in,
Okay.
and it's wrapped too. She has one of the new ones with the screen.
Right.
It's wrapped with her actually on there modeling her clothes. Like
That's
it's
dope.
real nice. That shit dope as fuck.
That's dope.
And we're gonna, trying to bring some awareness to that. So we're gonna do some marketing behind that.
Okay.
And also too, if you don't know by now, the the backside of Just Business is the media. You got your production company. We are technically a production media company. So if you need your pictures taken, we got back to school. We got the holidays coming up. You need some headshots. Your business needs a photo shoot. Make sure you reach out to Just
You need a
Business.
fat nigga to model your clothing line.
Tony,
Um,
you start off with fat nigga. It's really crazy.
what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just feel like you need to put it on the shirt.
That's the big homie.
Shout out to my fat niggas. Can I shout out to Fat Man Scoop, rest in peace.
Man,
Can we
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Fat Man Scoop.
Hey, he really
Man,
went
icon,
how he lived.
legend.
Icon.
For real,
really
for real,
went
for real.
how he lived.
That's
which is,
crazy work.
It's really wild, right?
Going on stage is crazy.
Otherwise, you got served tonight.
Definitely.
For real.
Definitely.
For the
Quick, and I'm gonna play dun 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 dun. All the chicken heads, be quiet.
What?
All the chicken heads, be quiet.
Hey, real shit though. Before we get out of here, I do want to do one thing. Like we kind of talked about it, but I guess it's just like for every episode, I do want to like impart some type of something. I want to call this a little bro. You feel me? As the big homie, I do want to try to give some advice to the young men out there. You feel me? That's going through some of the shit that y'all going through in life. Life ain't easy, and sometimes you may feel like you out there by yourself. You feel me? But hey, little bro, do that thing. You know what the fuck that thing is.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
It is piercing through your head and your heart and your soul, and you really know exactly what it is. That one thing where you like, fuck, I can't believe I get an opportunity to do this. Little bro, go do it.
Mhm.
Go do it.
Believe in yourself. Love yourself. There's so many opportunities out here. So much money out here on the flow. Please go pick it up.
It's on the flow.
It's money on
Safe
the flow.
money. Safe
and
money.
it's buckets and mops out here to get this money.
Legal money.
Please
Legal
go
with
get this
insurance.
motherfucking money.
I just paid $3,000 races because I scrub toilets. Get
You
what
feel
y'all
what I'm
talking
saying?
about.
Go get it.
That was
little bro.
stage 1.
Hey, get your ego out of it
Yeah.
and go ahead and get your heart in whatever it is that you feel the need to get your heart into. You feel me? You know what that thing is. Like, you know what that thing is that's fucking with you. That won't shut up. That dream that you won't stop having.
Yeah.
Go do it, little bro.
Safely.
You're looking at 3 men that's doing something that's been fucking with them for a while. You feel me? Something that's been on our hearts for a while. We in the early stages, but the Just Business podcast is here. We ain't going nowhere, and we want to be example to y'all. You feel me? So, little bro, go do that thing, whatever it is. I'm the big homie, and I love you, little bro.
Let me go. All right, man. I always forget which camera to look at. Hey, shout out to the Just Business podcast, man. Thank y'all for having me. My name is Akela O'Neal, stand-up comedian, educator, community activist, man. Y'all can follow me at I am Akela O __. I am AKELA O __. And I want to shout out Coach Worm, Coach La. I'm gonna shout them out. The I Love Myself Fit Club. Shout out to remember the hat I had last time I was here?
Yeah.
Compton Isn't Dangerous.
Yep.
I was thinking about her and literally seen her in the parking lot is coming. So shout out to her again. Compton Isn't Dangerous. Compton is safe. Y'all know what it is.
Compton is dangerous.
Yeah.
Come visit us. Come
Hey, can she come on? Can we get her on the pod?
I got a lot of
Just
potholes.
Business podcast. She got a small business.
I told you in the parking lot that I was gonna get you on. So now I'm gonna get you on and we gonna tag you, man. We gonna bring you on
Yeah,
here.
come
Shout
talk
out
to
to her.
us.
But man, listen, I want everybody to be prepared. Y'all follow me on the gram. Follow Just Business. I will be throwing my first comedy show, my stand-up comedy show. Can I get the clap for that? Because that's costing me some money. And I got 4 kids, all right? It's cool. So shout out to that, man. I'm going to have some hot comedians in the game, man. Some of my close partners in the comedy game. And we want to shout out Just Business, the vending. Shout out the big homie Tony. And again, follow me. I am Akela O __. And I just want to shout out my kids again. They Virgos. Shout out Kyra, August 23rd. Shout out Jaden today, August 31st. Shout out to my little sister, August 28th, Kalia. Shout out to my baby boy, September 2nd, Kyrie. Shout out to my other son, Jeremiah Gibson.
This nigga needs buttons.
I said to it. I got kids. But most importantly, I'm going to say this. If you're struggling with grief right now, it comes with waves. It comes up and down. You never know what's going to hit. But I promise you, man, if you just feel what you need to feel in that moment, you're going to get through it. Shout out to G Money, September 6th. I love you. Happy birthday, boo. I miss you so much. And I promise you, I'm going to keep the house phone at the house because you want a landline. I love you. I got you. Don't come hunting me. All right? Cool. So, Just Business Podcast.
That's Just Business. Pin drops in the chat. Pin drops in the comments. Let us know you was in the building. And that's another episode of the Just Business Podcast.
Yeah.
Catch y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Bitches.
Oh, my God.